In this training video, we're going to be talking about the PBT portal submission process. When you authenticate into the PBT portal, you'll be greeted with your LEA and its associated collection windows. When a collection window is open, you can start the submission process. Please note that you'll be responsible to go through each school within your LEA, determine eligibility, and if eligible, upload and validate the student records by the end of the collection window. With that being said, let's start our first school submission. Here, I'm going to select Test School A. Next, I'm going to determine eligibility. With my two designations here, Test School A will be eligible. If Test School A did not meet these requirements, then I would simply come down here and say my school does not meet eligibility requirements. Please note that you're responsible to do this for each school, even if it does not meet eligibility requirements. Since I've deemed my school eligible to continue, I'm going to go through and first off, download the template. This is really the start of the student upload process. With my template downloaded, I'm going to review the data validation requirements. It's extremely important that you follow these guidelines and submit accurate data on your students. Here, after uploading my student records, I can see that I had 14 successful student submissions out of 19 attempts. That means there were 5 records that had errors associated with them. In order to explicitly see those records that had errors associated with them, we're going to download the file with errors. Please note that in this error Excel file, over here on the far left in column A, we have an error ID. Please preserve this error ID. It helps with support and troubleshooting. Over here on the far right, we can see some friendly error messages that tell us exactly where we had issues within each cell. So here we had an off STN. We have some missing address information that did not get translated from our source systems. Here, we're just adding in some test data. Please note that it's extremely important to submit accurate data. Once I've resolved my errors, I can now come back here and upload that file that I just made edits to. Once you've resolved all those errors, you can see the count of successful student submissions, as well as the accompanying student submissions that make up that count of 19. Please note that while a given collection window is open, you do have the ability to update these records. And in this case, we submitted 12 eligible days for Ronnie when we really meant to submit 14. So here we can select into Ronnie's student record or student submission, see that he has 12 eligible days, and in order to update, we're going to come up here to update Ronnie's submission. So as we said, we're going to go to 14. Once we update, we can see that change has been reflected, and we can come back here now to see that we have not only 19 successful, but we have one that's been updated since that original student submission, and we could see it designated down here for you to be able to filter and view the specific updates that have been made for your given school. Please note that this update procedure will only be open while the collection window is open. Once that collection window closes, you will no longer have the ability to update, just view. I've now hopped out of my school submission, and now I'm ready to complete this process for my other schools. If at any point in the process you need help or assistance, please select this Need Help link up here and fill out the form. Thank you.